Whenever you're ready, you can start, and you probably already have, huh?
Yeah, I've already started it. We're back on. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Man, YouTube swooped in with the copyright hammer and laid it down, man. Like it was just like all of a sudden it popped up on my screen here that you have been you've been suspended for copyright infringement, and like immediately it kicked us off. And when I went into my YouTube studio to look at the video, it wasn't just like suspended, it was removed, like
Hmm.
gone.
We pissed
What
off
was
you.
that you were showing, Roots? You said that you didn't get a trailer that time, that you had gotten some kind of something else. What was it we were watching?
We pissed off YouTube. Well, I'm afraid to click to it now. I
Oh,
believe
don't show it. Just to describe what was it.
it was. It was a. It, it was the video from the experience, like a minute and a half to 2 minute video talking about the amusement park, and like it's promotional. You know what I mean? It's something that they would want people to see. So I don't see
Uh,
why it should be anything that I don't know. That's weird,
That was
man.
crazy.
YouTube.
That was crazy, man. Especially because we don't use audio, and it's behind our, our whole setup here. So, man, how about that AI at YouTube, man? It's not
Yeah,
playing around.
yeah. They're not messing around, dude. It's time to move to Spotify. That's what Joe Rogan said. So
Yes, yes. You guys, if you're ready to for us to go to Spotify, just let us know in the comments down below. And if that happens much more, I think they might force our hand.
yeah, or D Live or something. I don't think Spotify I thought is audio only, but D Live actually is pretty cool the way it's set up. So maybe we, at some point we go to multiple platforms. Or I don't know. This weird that I'm not a big fan of. Like I understand rules and I want to follow the rules, Wes. And if I don't know what the rules are, and you like stop me midstream and say, "Dude, you just messed up. You shouldn't have done that." I don't know. I'm just not. I don't think that's cool. So.
Right. And that was a warning. That next time it's going to be a strike. That's what the graphic they sent me said. So I guess we need to mind our P's and
Wow.
Q's a little bit better, huh?
Man, they are really pissed. Who wouldn't be pissed off though? You think about it. So
Right. Anyway, so I guess that teaches us a lesson. I was saying poor Disney, screw those guys,
yeah,
Roots.
screw Disney. They're not poor now. But I do think that it will this whole thing because like you nailed it when you were leading up to it. Disney is losing their revenue from everything, making movies, doing rides, having everybody coming out. So VR is one avenue they can still pursue, still get people in there, and still make money. So I think that's what we're going to see a big shift in a lot of these things. So get ready.
Yeah, I agree. So I guess we should just move on. I'm not going to talk about Star Wars anymore if they're not going to let me
Yeah,
have a
fuck them,
stream.
man.
So as you all can see here, the next topic on the list was Dreamback VR. And for those of you who didn't catch it at the beginning of the month, Come Over Gaming revealed its psychological horror game Dreamback VR. Now, the studio has announced that the launch will take place in a couple of weeks. And for those
Mhm.
of you who don't remember, we covered this game before. Dreamback VR is designed to be a spine chilling experience of psychological terror. So there's no guns or action style sequences. In this game, you play as an electrical engineer. Your firm was called to fix a broken electrical line at the Rickford Mansion. The estate is old and abandoned, but soon you find yourself in a nightmarish world. Roots, I don't know if you remember, we talked about this thing not long ago, and it seemed at the time that it might be quite a ways off before it got released. Nope, nope. This game is coming on the 10th of June, Roots, and I'm pretty excited for it.
Holy crap, that's less than 2 weeks, man. That's really soon. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
know.
thought like you, I thought it was a ways away, and now all of a sudden it's out. I want to find out what's happening with that missing woman that's local. That Gladys it looks like her name is. So hopefully the story's good. It definitely looks creepy. What we found out? What was the name of that really crappy one? The one that was your baby for a little bit there. and then we played it, or we
Folia,
didn't.
dear father.
Yeah, so I'm hoping it's not another Folia. Because you just never know, man. You get in there and this thing could be the worst piece of crap. I mean, it looks good. Hopefully, it's good. Oh,
Yeah, it looks very story driven and spooky. The story is told after the fact, where your character has lost their memories uh, of that night, and then is suffering nightmares and hallucinations, and you're trying to make sense of it all as you revive those memories through hypnosis, reliving them all again. So basically, you're in a virtual uh, uh, psychiatrist couch, and the in-game NPC psychiatrist is jogging all of these nightmare memories up from what happened when you visited uh, that evil mansion all those years ago.
I don't know if I want to remember Wes. I want to forget that evil time. It's scary. So,
Yeah, I agree. Come Over Gaming wants to make Dreamback VR as scary as possible, employing dynamic lighting and harrowing audio and spatial sound effects. So this is the type of stuff that you want to hear, right, from an upstart VR developer, that they're planning on using all different means available to them to build immersion, especially in a psychological horror game like this. All that stuff is important.
yeah, especially sound. Sound's got to be spot on. It's got to be creepy. It's got to build that tension. If it does that right, you can just about do anything. I don't know. Jump scares are cool, but they've got to be the timed right, and they've got to. I mean, they've got to be there for a reason. You know, it's like almost VR can be so amazing. It can be something that's just phenomenal, especially this type of genre. But if it's not done right, it's equally cheesy. You know what I mean? Like if it's even more than watching a really cheesy horror movie. When you're in there, it's like, oh, this is garbage. But if it's done right, like Dread Halls, where it's like just creepy, the longer you're in there, the more creeped out you are. Um, it'll be phenomenal, or could be.
Yeah, I have high hopes for it. It's we talked about this game initially right around the same time that we talked about the Stockson House game that I mentioned earlier, and I thought that this game looked better than that one, and that one actually turned out to be pretty good. So hopefully we keep up this good momentum, and this one turns out to be as good as I think it's going to be as well.
I do remember that, Frank. As far as a game, wasn't there a horror game that had like a heart monitor or whatever?
Never mind. Never mind. It's in our library. It's called Nevermind.
Oh, never mind. I thought you were answering a question. I was like, why? Never mind. I'm okay. It just reminds me that I still don't have my Jesus radar, Wes. What's going on with that game? Where the hell is it?
I need to contact that guy. I know that he's working on it again. I saw a post from him not long ago. But I don't know. I don't know. We need to check in with. If I had to guess, I'd say October. I'd say that the release date that he had planned for last year will be the release date this year.
Oh, cool. Well, hopefully it'll be even better because he waited. So,
Voidcat says that there's an upcoming game called Do Not Open. I guess it must be another upcoming horror game. I thought this was going to be the year for Cyberpunk, but it's quickly shaping up to be the year for VR horror, which is right down my alley.
yeah, yeah, I agree. If it's done right, I want to be a part of it. Yeah, I want a really amazing horror game that's just like Resident Evil 7 level in VR. So it'll
Yeah,
probably,
yeah, I do too. I want it to be called Resident Evil 8.
yeah, well, it's coming. Just whether it will be in VR is the question, right? Which I don't
Yeah,
see how it isn't with as well as it was received. How does Sony not put number 8 back out again?
yeah, I'm expecting an announcement on that very soon. Uh, there's a club called the Resident Evil Biohazard Ambassador or something like that. And it's a group in Japan of all of these super Resident Evil fans, and they get insider news and things like that. Um, the Capcom has notified those people that they have a huge announcement on June 10th. So
Hmm.
a week from this Wednesday, I fully expect Resident Evil 8 to be revealed. If we don't get a reveal during the Sony event, I think that we'll get it the following week.
Would you be tempted to play it flat if you knew it wasn't going to come to VR for a few years?
Nope, not doing it.
What? How are you going to wait, man?
There's a million great flat horror games I could go out there and play. I could go play Outlast or something, you know. I don't need to go to flat gaming to get a great horror game. And if I did, I certainly wouldn't ruin one that I know is going to be coming to VR later.
Well, I guess. Yeah, to each their own. I'm playing it right now. If it
Frank
was
says
out.
Frank says Kobold's good. I haven't tried that one yet, actually.
Yeah, I've seen people talk about it. I haven't played it either. Might have to
Yeah,
try it out.
I haven't played Don't Knock Twice either, and I like escape rooms. Uh, People, you know, I've heard mixed things on it, but it looks pretty cool to me.
Yeah, Phil Yarn just threw down the gauntlet with all the Half-Life fans. I kind of agree. I mean, not that Half-Life Alex isn't amazing, but I kind of feel like, unless you're a huge Half-Life Alex fanboy or a Half-Life fanboy, it's just not the end all of everything.
Well, that's kind of what we said leading into it and leading up to the launch of Half-Life Alex. Is it going to be the best game that we've ever seen in VR? Probably, but that's not what's going to be so revolutionary about it. What's going to be so revolutionary about Half-Life Alex, and we have largely seen this play out since then, is what it means to people that are new to VR, people that didn't have a headset before. This game is going to show them what VR has to offer, and I feel like it's doing that.
Yeah, true. I agree.
But yeah, absolutely, Phil Yarn. I think it's completely reasonable to prefer Asgard's Wrath over Half-Life Alex. I can't say for a fact that I agree with that or disagree with it, but they're certainly comparable. And anyone who says that Half-Life Alex is just way ahead of any of those AAA VR games, uh, they're just not being honest. They're just fanboys, to be
Drilla.
honest. Anyway, Dreamback VR coming to Oculus Rift, HTC Vive, Valve Index, and Windows Mixed Reality via Steam on the 10th of June. It will retail for $25 or €25, depending on where you live, and there will be a launch discount of 10%. So, looking forward to checking this one out. Having a good time lately in my VR horror, and this seems like it could be another one.
Yeah, and you got more time. Perfect timing.
Yeah. Roots, we've done a lot of episodes, a lot of Monday shows especially, that talk about things that you can do with your friends in VR, places you can go, virtual spaces and activities that you can take part in. And typically these things tend to mimic real life, right? You would go to a concert space or you would go to the movies like big screen. And when you think about the type of things that you do in real life with your friends, one of the things we always did was go bowling. And it's always a good time, always fun. None of us are ever any good. We always suck at it, but it's still fun nonetheless. And I've never really given much thought to bowling in VR because I thought really the best that we had was Rec Room. I knew that you could do some bowling in Rec Room, but I didn't really think that we had a full on bowling sim in VR until this past week when I found out about Premium Bowling. This is a game from developer Sandetta, and they have announced that they're going to release Premium Bowling for the Oculus Quest. Nothing surprising there. What surprised me is that this title was originally released on the Steam platform in October of last year. Roots. Premium bowling is as close to real bowling as you get without picking up a physical bowling ball. Start the game and enjoy 10-pin bowling right at home. Play multiplayer competitions, conquer daily and weekly top lists, and work your way to the top in player ranking and bowling leagues. Roots, this is a full-on bowling sim, man, in VR. How did I miss this?
I don't know. It's funny because your experience was exactly my experience. I was like, why is this for Quest only? That's kind of bull. I want to play this on the PC. And then I was reading through the notes that you had listed and that it already released, and I had literally had to go to the Steam page to see that it does exist because somehow I missed it. Now, one of the things I think is the coolest is you can tell just by the way that people are bowling this, it has legit spin and physics on it, like I've never seen in a bowling game. I know my dad was always really good with the spin, and he'd get it going up on the gutter, and then it would cut in at the last minute, and that's not easy to do in real life, and to be able to do it in VR, I think is next level, especially for somebody that knows what they're doing. I don't know if I ever stood in place like that while I was waiting for. I don't think that guy next to him was very realistic, but it looks really good, and it's kind of cool that you have different environments as well. It's not like the same different background. Now, if it was really cool, I would love to have the White House bowling lanes,
Yeah.
but it's probably never happening, Wes. Oh,
Yeah, probably not. Well, you never know. The game has a list of features here. The first one being the best bowling physics simulation. So yeah, we've got realistic physics going on here. Many gorgeous bowling alleys, mini balls, and a ball editor. You know, who doesn't want a ball editor, Roots?
yeah.
Daily and weekly tops, continuous week to week player ranking, weekly and monthly esports style leagues. The next two I don't understand, and maybe it's just because I'm not a bowling aficionado. But it says it has many oil patterns, and oil gets carried and wears out. Do people use oil in bowling Roots?
I don't know. I know that they have the ball shiner or whatever. You stick it in there, maybe it oils it up. Um,
Who
I
doesn't want to oil up their custom balls, Roots?
Yeah, well, I want a Virtual Strangers custom ball out there. That would be kind of cool. We were just talking about that game that's got VR 365 on one of the cars. Why couldn't you have your own custom ball, or I could have a Roots ball with a thumbs up, or who knows what. So that's kind of cool that you can do that. I don't know. I just think it's cool that the physics, and I love playing um going bowling in real life, like you were saying. Now, one of the best parts is playing with other people. Can you do this multiplayer? Like, can I line up and be on one lane and look over and see West bowling as well, or is this all single player?
Yeah, that's the beauty of this thing, Roots, is that this is flat or VR. It's single player, local multiplayer, online multiplayer. So it doesn't matter what your system is, whether you're a flat gamer or a VR gamer, whether you're in someone's house with them or halfway across the world, you can play together, and that's the real draw here, right? You know, how cool would it be to get 4 or 6 people from our Discord and go to the damn bowling alley right now after everybody's been quarantined for 2 months?
Yeah, yeah. Especially since we tried the pool and that was pretty cool. Now Ray Pope has a good question. 'Cause he says as somebody that plays for real, it could actually really mess up your game. I would imagine just the fact that you don't have the weight of the ball, and then you're playing that for a while, and then you go to the real ball, and then it kind of throws it off or something. I could see how that could be an issue if you're somebody that's really really legit into bowling. Um, you know.
So somebody's going to have to get an actual bowling ball and put a Vive tracker on it.
Yeah, that sounds like a bad something breaking to me. Have you ever
Yeah,
thrown a
well,
ball or watched somebody throw a ball by accident, right? Can you imagine that happening in your room while you're in VR and what could potentially happen, right?
I think a bowling ball might actually be able to penetrate my thick exterior of my PC. And what a tragedy that would be.
Yeah, that would be horrible. I don't want anything to break, let alone my wall. I've got a pretty good sized wall there, but what if it? I think that's where the neighbor is. What if it went through and like hit somebody or something? Like I could really whip that sucker hard and go to town.
Yeah, Mepper says, I wonder how you would put spin on the ball in pancake. That's my one worry about this game is that it is a pancake game. So I'm worried that maybe it's a gamepad game and it's not like a full six off bowling game.
Yeah, if it's not sixed off, I mean, you would literally have to be able to do that, or else.
I mean, it
Um,
would still be fun to hang out with your friends and play a game together. But man, that would really suck if you couldn't actually go through the motion, you know?
Yeah, this is one of the games I draw the line at 6th off. If it doesn't have 6th off, I don't know that I being in the environment would be enough. Just because a good portion of the game is literally moving your arm. Actually, it's all about what your arm does. If you don't use your arm,
Oh,
I don't know what the hell you're doing.
Spry Guy said he's tried the demo and it's good.
Oh, okay. So do
There's
you
a
use your
demo.
arm? Yeah, somebody was saying there's a demo in here. Check it out if you want. Actually, it was Spry Guy. So do you use your arm, Spry, or is it controller? I'm assuming you do, or else you would have probably just said that. So look at all the flashing lights. Maybe there is, Wes. Maybe I can go bowling inside the White House, and that's on my bucket list. And I don't know why, but
I wonder if this is on Viveport. This seems like it would be a Viveport game, doesn't it?
yeah, yeah. No, he says it's like real bowling, so that's cool. Yeah, it
So
could
that's
be
going to
on.
be the focus of this week's edition of Viveport in real time. We're going to check in real time roots and see if premium bowling
It
is
could be.
in
We could be
fact.
bowling it up today.
I got to work today, but we can
Uh,
certainly be bowling it up tomorrow.
oh, that's right. Work
Yeah,
sucks,
Viveport's
Wes.
being slow. All
You know
right.
what I found out about after I came back from this whole thing? I found out that after the virus, work sucks, but I'm grateful to work. Isn't that weird? It's like, this is kind of not as bad as it used to be because, it could be sitting on the
we have
couch.
uh, we have bowling Starlight. We have bowling and a bunch of Chinese characters that I can't read, and we have Nightcrawler VR bowling.
Okay. So maybe when we play this game, then we need to definitively tell you whether it's worth it or not. We need to play one of those, if not all of those, just to have something to balance against it. My guess is it's not gonna be good, but I don't know.
We also have coming soon to Viport Infinity Knockout Bowling.
Ah, is that like moonlight bowling? I miss moonlight
No
bowling.
idea.
That's when you get drunk
It
with your
looks
friends,
like
right?
I'm looking at the pictures of the screens of it, and it's actually like it's not a real bowling lane. It's like you're at a carnival and there's like a red carpet, and you're rolling down these gigantic balls down the red carpet,
Who doesn't
trying
love
to knock.
gigantic balls
You know
these
who else
days?
loves gigantic balls?
Oh,
My mom!
yeah,
There
she
we
sure
go.
does.
Got it in. All right. So yeah, we definitely interested in premium bowling. No price or release date have been listed yet for Oculus Quest, but the game costs $20 on Steam. And if it is as good as it looks, I could absolutely see this be a $20 game.
Yeah, maybe we'll get a couple keys, one for Steam for me and one for Quest for you, and we can talk about it.
Yeah, only if it's going to be multi cross platform. If it's not cross platform, I want to play with my friends. That's the whole draw here, right?
Yeah.
Is being able to play together. So yeah, I would take it on Quest if I could play with my Steam friends. But um, yeah.
So,
Oh, PD finally made it back to the stream.
uh,
PD, apparently we're not allowed to show footage from the Star Wars attraction at Disney World,
yeah,
and it's such a no-no that they immediately nuked our stream.
yeah. I thought we were talking about the virus and using terms we're not supposed to talk about, and then I realized this is a VR show. We're not. Everything we're saying should be fine, but apparently Disney's got more pull than we thought. So, screw
Yeah,
Disney.
Disney's in control of the AI. They're secretly going to take over after Judgment Day, right?
Well, let me ask you this: do you think there'll be a Disney ball in this game? Probably not. Yeah, especially
Let's
after
hope
that.
not.
Yeah, screw them.
Anyway, coming down the list quickly here. I say quickly as we've been on for an hour and a half, but one more bit of news to talk about. And this one's on behalf of the community, Roots, because I know some people really love this game. Really not my cup of tea, but, I've always found it funny that they call this game Blade and Sorcery, because anytime I've ever watched any footage of it, there's been a whole lot of blades and like zero sorcery.
Mm.
Well, that's all about to change because on June 4th, the sorcery update is about to drop. And this update features tons of new spells. There's going to be flaming swords and lightning staves. You will be able to levitate and push enemies like a proper Jedi, and much more. There's a new map, and there's also updates to the melee fighting, which improve the physics and increase realisms. Roots, this looks to be a huge update to Blade and Sorcery. Um, really changing a lot about the game, but it still is just a fighting sandbox. So my question to you is, can they really do anything to this game to make you want to play it?
Yeah, add a story. Give me a
There you
reason to
go.
play through it. You know, that's the thing. Is it? I'm watching this and I'm thinking, man, this looks amazing. The graphics, the physics, everything about it. If you put me in a campaign and you tell me, okay, now get through it, then I'm gonna go through it. But every time I've ever tried to go back into this thing, I walk away with the same thing. Like, oh, this is a cool tech demo. Cool. You know, I just it's not complete to me. It's partially done. And for everybody else, I know people mod the hell out of it. They put lightsabers in there. They do all sorts of cool stuff. That's great. That's just not my jam. So that's what I think would do it. You know, if I found out that there was a cool story that they somehow came up with it, then I would absolutely be down to play through it for sure.
Yeah, man. You know, when it comes to any kind of game, I don't necessarily need a story, but I do need an objective, right? I need something to do other than just kill people and survive. And I feel like a story would go a long way here toward giving me some kind of an objective, some reason to play this game, like Gorn, Ninja Legends, those type of games. Uh, you know, they don't really have much of a story, but at least the gameplay is objective based. You progress through it. I don't even know if this game has character progression. Do you like level up and stuff from playing this game?
That I don't know. That's what I was gonna say. Like, even what was that one that I had you try a while back? Bow and arrow, or the crossbow, procedurally generated. Um,
In death.
yeah, in death. At least that even has progression. You're still unlocking stuff. You're progressing to make it easier to get through the entire thing. It's got bosses. You know, that's what this game could have. If you had the exact same premise behind this game, but it was this game instead of in death, it would work. But I just feel like getting in there and slicing around and doing all these cool tricks and making it go slow mo and chopping that guy's head off, and all the cool stuff would 15 minutes in, I think I would be bored for me. But I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it is easy for us to say, having not ever tried it, but I really have zero interest in trying it. I think it looks amazing, and I have zero interest in playing it. And one good thing that I think that could come out of it, though, is I do think that this could spawn a great next generation game. Like the next iteration of this, if they do implement some kind of story progression to it, some kind of level that you can work your way through, I think that it could be great. Like not just good, that it could be actually great.
Yeah, the gameplay. I mean, the footage we're watching here is amazing. It's just without a story and or something to drag you through, I think it would be lacking. But I agree, they can use
It's
the
like
same thing. Yeah,
it's like medieval Boneworks.
yeah,
On the sandbox mode, I mean.
yeah. Well, even Boneworks, at least Boneworks has levels, and you progress through, and you get through this zone, and you move to the next zone, and you get new guns, and there's aspects that Boneworks has over this, and I still feel like Boneworks needs a proper story, but at least it's got enough to pull you through to where you could actually play through the game and advance and save it and get to the next level. And, it doesn't seem to be the case here. I have played through some of it, but not to the extent of knowing exactly how everything works. But just from what people have said, they just need to add more to it to really grab me in there. So
Yeah, this game, as next level as a lot of the features are in it, just the premise and concept here screams Generation 1, doesn't it?
yeah, yeah, and it definitely has some elements of two with the physics and stuff, but it looks like it's right in between. Like you said, they could put a really kick-ass story in there, or just tweak it a little bit and just make it amazing.
Right.
So,
Well, Frank says that the devs said a while back that they want to add a campaign. So if that happens, I'll definitely check it out. I'll check it out as soon as they add it
yeah,
because it
absolutely.
looks cool. It looks really awesome. I mean, it really does.
Yeah, the environments look amazing.
I want these guys to make a Lord of the Rings game. That's what I want.
Yeah, I want a legit Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter or any of these really cool um movies. Just put me in that world and send me on my way.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. But think about that all the time. Anyway, that's going to wrap up our news segment and bring us in to our reminders. And as always, we're going to kick off reminders the way we always do. And that is that we all, as a group, and we're actually, since we're live now, we can all do it together in real time. Let's wish list some of these games, man. There's some awesome looking games on today's show. And it really helps out these developers when we get in here, when we wish list it, and not only let them know that we're interested in their game, but let the different platform owners, let the Steams and the Oculuses out there know that this is something that we're interested in, so that they can promote it. So I'm going to go to Steam in real time right now, and I'm going to wish list Dreamback VR because I think that it looks absolutely awesome, and I can't wait to check it out.
Yeah, I think I already have this one, but I'm gonna look at Cosmophobia just because I really,
Cosmosphobia.
yeah, Cosmosphobia. I don't even see it on here. Is that oh, there it is. It just I really enjoy their original game, Dreadhall. It's not on the wish list. See, that's why I need to do this in real time. It says coming soon, so
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully it does come soon. I was expecting it actually to come rather soon. I mean, relatively, I would expect to have it by the end of the summer. Hopefully, they drop a release date in and when they run the feature on the upload showcase this next week.
agreed.
All right, so I wish listed Dreamback VR. Roots wish listed Cosmophobia. You know what? I'm going to do that too because
Did,
I think
did you
that
say
that
you
looks
you
awesome.
wish listed Brokeback VR? Oh, you said Dreamback. Never mind.
Brokeback VR. I'm sure there's
Brokeback
plenty of
Mountain.
that out there,
Yeah, it's out there.
partner.
It's out there, I'm sure.
All right, so Roots and I have wish listed Dreamback VR and Cosmophobia. What did you wish list? Be sure to let us know in the comments down below. All right, Roots, and that's going to bring us to one of my favorite weekly segments, free stuff and killer deals. And got some pretty cool free stuff this week. Some weeks the free stuff's awesome. Other weeks the killer deals are awesome. I think this is a week for free stuff because we can finally are starting this coming Wednesday. So 3 days from now, we're getting new PS Plus games, and Cities Skylines and Farming Simulator 19 are going away. So if you haven't picked up those gems, be sure to do that today. It's your last chance. But starting this Wednesday, uh, I said it was going to be a big month for PlayStation, right? June. Uh, Call of Duty World War II and Star Wars Battlefront 2 absolutely free, included with your PS Plus subscription. So, yeah, be sure to get on there and get those.
Those are pretty big.
Yeah, I might actually try to play Battlefront 2. I've always been intrigued with that. I wish they'd put Battlefront 1 on there because there's a PSVR experience in Battlefront 1.
Hmm. I thought there's a Vorpex thing as well for Battlefront 2.
No idea. That would be one to ask PD. I'm sure he knows all about that.
Or Guerrilla.
Maybe. Also some decent sales on PSN this week. No Man's Sky, $25. Trover, Saves the Universe, 18. And then there was a bunch of games on sale, sub $7, like Apex Construct, Intruders, Thumper, Robinson, The Journey, just to name a few. There was a bunch of them, literally less than $7. Awesome games that everyone should have, especially at that price. And as far as the No Man's Sky and Trevor goes, I think they're kind of on sale everywhere right now. So
Still,
if those are games that you're interested in, just take a look.
still the best deal at Epic Game Store if you're on PC, right? With that, if you have the coupon.
Yeah, man. That's the next thing on our list here. The Epic Games Mega Sale is continuing to rage on, and endless $10 coupons. So any of their VR games that they have on there, you can get super cheap. Like you could get Falcon Age for $10. Tetris Effect, I think, was 18. Trover $8, right?
Yep,
Something like that.
with the coupon, yeah,
Yeah,
crazy.
so there's no excuse not to own these awesome games. But on top of all that, this week's free offering from Epic Games is the Borderlands Handsome Collection. And for those of you who don't know, this collection includes Borderlands 2, as well as that Borderlands pre sequel that came after Borderlands 2, but chronologically came before Borderlands 2. Um, an awesome collection, a $60 value, 100% free on Epic Games this week, Roots.
This month is good for Epic Games, man. If you don't have them already, good deal.
Yeah. I mean, they gave us GTA 5 to start with. Then they went to Sid Meier's Civilization 6. And then from there, Borderlands The Handsome Collection. I mean, they're giving away some legit stuff here, man.
Yeah, yeah, they're definitely good ones, and definitely a good time to go to Epic Game Store if you already haven't. I question your soul, Cirillo.
Voidcat says that the Room VR Dark Matter is $21 on the North America PSVR store. Yeah, I noticed that as well. That's a $9 discount off of the normal $30 price tag. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a real good deal. You know, it's a deal up there with Jim Hall. Jim Hall says if it's not 33% off or more, he's not interested. Which, again, you know, it's like that one game that was coming out $25 at 10% off. You know, if I was on the fence, 250 is not gonna. That's not gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it's just not much, man. 10% of $25 is such a small amount that I feel like if you're gonna get it, you're gonna get it, and if you're not, you're not. It's not gonna be a draw to get you to buy it. I don't think, anyway.
Agreed. Agreed. All right. So moving on, Viveport. We do have a new title on Viveport this week, and it is Tower Tag. Tower Tag is a PvP shooter VR game. One of the more popular original location-based entertainment VR titles that have been offered from the various VR entertainment facilities all around the world. Um, so this was a location-based VR game, Tower Tag, and just this past week it came to Steam. But not only did it come to Steam, it came to Viveport as well. And what this game is essentially laser tag, but this is laser tag that takes place in like this uh, cityscape with all of these towers around you, and you're going to swing around on grappling hooks like Windland style, trying to shoot your opponent. There's 10 different maps, 4 different match types: 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4, and there's 3 different game modes: team deathmatch, elimination, and goal tower. But there's also custom matches that your friends can join you in as well. And if you can't actually get any of your friends to jump in it with you, um, you can fill any of the empty slots with bots. So this thing looks like it's fairly polished Roots. It looks, normally versus multiplayer is not my thing, but this looks like it's just fun to do, even if you're playing against bots.
Well, this one was a in-person experience, right? To begin with, that's what they said, that it's been brought in so you can play. I don't know if you're playing with the people at or the experiences as well, or if they're isolated. I feel like that would be a lot more fun if you were doing this with other people in that environment. So I don't know if it would translate as well. You know, Scion says another FPS teleport. You know, it's a hard pass for him, which is ironic because Echo VR, you're floating instead of teleporting, but and it's a disc instead of shooting stuff. I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I'm kind of torn of whether this would be fun or not. I think it would be fun, once you get in there with the right people. And since it's on Viveport, it's going to be, or it's going to, is it on Viveport or it's going to be on Viveport?
It's on Steam and Viveport as
Okay.
well.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's what I really like about it. Not only do the environments look cool, but that grappling hook style locomotion. Windlands showed us just how fun that can be. Windlands 2 specifically, because we had those boss battles and things in there, and it was just fun to swing around and shoot stuff. And I think it's cool that we have another game now that we can swing around and shoot stuff.
And it reminds me, we need to get into some Windlands too. I'm supposed to do it with Scion and Radio Runt. Been Jones in a little Windlands 2 action.
Yeah. You know who else is supposed to do it with those guys? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, there's only one way to tell if this is actually fun or not. I think it looks cool. It's supposedly a popular location-based deal, so I imagine that the production value is going to be really high in it. But it's on Infinity, man. So, what's the risk? Just a little bit of time, huh?
Yeah, it's true. Might as well check it out for sure.
Yeah. So, anybody out there who has Viveport Infinity, not only should you check this out, but you should let us know. Join our Discord if you haven't already, and come to our group channel where we put together our multiplayer games, and let's get in and check it out. We might find a new gem here.
Do you think the Steam sale is gonna be better than the Oculus sale? People in the chat are saying that the Oculus sale sucked, and I couldn't believe how bad it sucked. The couple of games they had, just no exclusives, and it was like they didn't offer anything that people would want. I just feel like Oculus is very they don't quite get it, like not having family share, not allowing people to buy gift cards. There's like so many things that they do wrong that they could just blow up, man. Just give gift cards for one, man. If you have somebody that in your life that owns a Quest and you want to get him a game, well, too bad, dude, you're screwed. I don't know, that's weird.
Yeah, I agree. Oculus drops the ball in so many different ways, and I kind of get the feeling like their their base code is written for their software, and I feel like the guys that are left there now just really don't know how to, change it in a dramatic way. Like they can tweak it, but to change big features like to add family sharing or to even change the way that updates are done. Now if you want to update a game, you have to download the whole updated version of a game and delete the old one. That's what it does in effect. And it seems like that would be something easy for them to fix, but apparently they can't do that because I got to buy a new hard drive every time I want to update Asgard's Wrath. Um, so yeah, they dropped the ball on a lot of things, and I do think that the Steam summer sale is going to be better than the Oculus Quest birthday sale. But with that said, I feel like the Oculus summer sale is also going to be better than the Oculus Quest birthday sale. So we need to remember that this was not the Oculus summer sale. This was something a pop-up event to celebrate the birthday of the new hardware.
Yeah, they just need more exclusives in there. Pavlov, get some Pavlov going on, get a sale so we can get some more people in that game. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah, 100%. Anyway, that's going to wrap up free stuff and killer deals and bring us on to our final reminder, and that is how you can support our channel. And I want to right off the top just state that first of all, those of you who are longtime subscribers, as you know by now, you can support us by donating $3 or more on Patreon. And the reason I'm bringing that up first, unlike last, like I normally do, is because we got a new patron this week, Roots, and I want to personally thank Ingo VR CLZ for becoming a patron and joining the ranks. And why? So why should you? What's in it for you if you join our Patreon? Not only do you gain access to our weekly show notes, which are a pretty good read, but you also gain access to exclusive content in the form of the Money Show, which is a collection of outtakes. But not only that, but this week we even posted a gameplay, didn't we, Roots?
Yeah, yeah, and that was a long time ago. I forgot that we even played that. And now that you've got more time, I'm guessing we'll be doing more gameplays because that was always the thing. Is like, when can I get Wes when he's got free time, when he's not editing the show or spending time with family? So
Yeah, I'm gonna have plenty of time. Not only due to the change to the live format, but my work schedule is rather light through mid July, so plenty of time to play games and plenty of time to publish gameplays. And we put up a Path of the Warrior gameplay up for our patrons this past week. So if you are contributing to our Patreon and not watching your email, go check it out. It's like a 45-minute gameplay on there. Back when Path of the Warrior first released, I think Roots played through it once beforehand with
derail.
Derail, and then like a few days after that, I played it with him, and we had a lot of fun. Uh, so yeah, that's the kind of things that you can look forward to if you want to join our Patreon. And again, it's only $3 per month is our bottom tier. You know, Patreon tried to force us into that $5 category, but hey, yo, we don't even need that. $3, a cup of coffee, and you can have the peace of mind of knowing that you're helping to grow our community.
Yeah, now you and your Drillo specifically, just being here, watching the show, commenting, liking the thing, being a part of the Discord. That's really all we expect from people or hope for people. The Patreon's extra and everybody's struggling. So, um, we don't expect anything from anybody really, just to show up.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, and that's why we always talk about PayPal at the very end of the show. I just brought it up first today because I wanted to thank Ingo VR CLZ for joining the ranks. We do appreciate it. But you're absolutely right. If you want to support our channel, really the best way to do that is by subscribing and clicking the notification bell. And I think Gamertag said it best. He released a post on YouTube yesterday, and I agree with it 100%. He said that the only reason that he wants more subscribers is so he can show VR to more people. And that's 100% how I feel about it, right? We're here to spread the word on VR. We're here to share these amazing worlds that these talented developers create. And by growing our channel, by growing our community, that just means we get to show this awesome stuff off that we all love to more people.
Absolutely.
Anyway, so we've touched on Patreon, we've touched on subscribing, and that brings us to something we've already mentioned a couple of times. Our favorite thing about all of this is our Discord community. Again, open invitation in the description. If you want to join the conversation, that's the best way to do it. Just scroll down and join the community, and it's a 24/7 prospect. Uh, a bunch of people with a lot of differences, but this one thing in common, this one passion, and it goes on and on to the break of dawn, right, Roots?
Yep, 24/7 for sure.
Anyway, I guess that's going to wrap up our show for this week. What do you think? Be sure to let us know in the comments down below. And if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. And again, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell. And with that said, friends, we'd like to once again thank you for watching. For Roots, I'm Wes. Thanks for watching, friends. Thanks for showing up live.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
we will see you tomorrow.